Hello everyone, it is Sunday the 15th of June 2025. Today I want to discuss XLM and its ecosystem. Now, I'm not an XLM buff like so many of you are, so I definitely need your comments down below. But I'm gonna give you my takeaway, and I'm gonna be honest about XLM. And it's cool if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But I'm not going to be confrontational about it. And if you disagree, that's cool. So just please, if you disagree and you got a good reason, just tell me why. Now, why do I say that? What I don't like about XLM and its greater ecosystem. Number one, its mindset in the sense of how it's marketed. Like, we have to go out and save the world. It's very woke. This is business, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't virtue signaling. And whenever I get virtue signaling, it immediately turns me off. Now, a lot of people may be like, have their own opinions about it, we'll say. But I doubt anyone, Jeb or his crew, that lady in charge, are going to see this video. But if they do, please end the virtue signaling. Oh my goodness gracious. Talk about where you're going with the tech. Now, to their credit, I saw an interview a couple of weeks ago with Jeb, but and the lady in charge. I don't recall her name. And it was pretty good, but then the virtue signaling came, and I was just like, all right, that's it. I can't stand it anymore. Oh, I got to press this button. Okay. And I'm like, I just can't stand it. So I turned off the interview. It's just like, no, you're not that great. No, you're not the savior of the world. Please. That whole mindset of virtual signaling has to just end, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that is what I really can't stand about it, number one. Number two, and it ties into number one, they always do things for the UN, whatever UN agenda is. Now, the original tenets of the UN are wonderful, but what it is today, it's a globalist organization. Now, some could argue we're talking about global currencies, valid point, but I prefer the approach of every nation having a stable coin, not necessarily a CBDC, which is issued by a sovereign state or a sovereign bank, what have you, and that's the whole central banking thing, and that's a whole other conversation. But for me, I don't need to contribute to the UN agenda. So because of that, that's also a turn off for me about buying anything XLM, holding XLM, anything to do with the ecosystem as a whole. I don't need to, what's the word, proselytize? You know the word, where you profess how wonderful you are. I don't need to do that. I don't need to be an apostate for anything. What I am arguably an apostate for is a free economic system where people are able to achieve their personal best. Now, a lot of people in the XLM community would agree with that, and that's very cool. The difference is in the approach. Sort of like the car two spaces in front of me, which is being a little extra careful. Okay, I get it, but it's not snowing outside. Thing is that, as I often say, there's overcautious, overdoing things. Now, ladies and gentlemen, globalist agenda is not good. It makes P2P, peer-to-peer, actually mean peasant to peasant, because it keeps you down. It keeps you submissive. It keeps you everything negative. And quite frankly, nobody needs that. Nobody needs it. We just need to have a truly free and level playing field where people can work their tails off in whatever way. A lot of people think work is like physical labor. No, there's mental work as well. Just the opportunity overall, and I don't see XLM really embracing that when it embraces this globalist agenda and this whole marketing. It's like they're marketing to 15-year-olds. And let's face it, a lot of people do not emotionally mature past that age. And you see it a lot with people that are in colleges nowadays. They are very emotionally immature, and their life is a classroom. And they think the economic theories in a classroom are applicable to real life. Now, that is a natural progression for people because they want to take care of other people, and that's people's good nature. However, if you think that you're so right because you have so much schooling, guess what? You're going to hit a wall eventually. You're going to really come to understand that you're not always right. And that's what's important. You're not always right. I'm not always right. But I do know what I know. And I have my point of view from my life experience and applying the theories into practice. So that being said, I'm now going to transition over into what I do like about XLM. Now, if you remember, I was just talking about how there was an interview. Jeb and the lady in charge were talking about it, and I was interested because they were discussing AI. And I have come to realize that this global financial system that's being built cannot be built, well, it can be built, but it cannot operate in a successful way without AI. It's too intricate, too complicated, especially if you want it to settle in 3 to 5 seconds. If that's the case, then, well, you're gonna need to have AI. And honestly, AI is not as advanced in certain areas as they would like for you to believe, so more work must happen. So let's take that concept, more work must happen in AI, and combine it with how people in not AI, but in the XLM greater ecosystem need to step away from the globalist agenda, and now combine it with the fact that if they don't want us to know about it, they're going to distract us, that concept. So I mix that all together. I see the heavy push they do for XLM, but I'm seeing how more than likely it has a great future for it regarding AI. It's just that its timeline is different. So I was so sick and tired of the globalist agenda getting pushed down my throat that I divested everything I had of the greater XLM ecosystem, with the exception of Vela. But I didn't divest of Vela. And I moved it around, and that turned out to be a good decision, fiscally speaking. But after watching a video report this morning from Blockchain of Ra, which I have put in the community page. If you want to see the community page, you just go to the home page, slide to posts, click on post, and bam, there's the community page. I keep the entire ecosystem on here, at least for now. It's shared on there. Full credit is given to Blockchain of Ra. I do not claim credit for other people's videos. I'm not a thief. And this video was quite good because I didn't hear any of the rah-rah BS, none of the globalist agenda horse hockey, or any of those other things like we know because we're smarter attitude. I can't stand that. You're not as smart as you think you are. I know I'm not, but I know I'm smart. Just like you know you're smart, but that doesn't mean you're the smartest person in the room or in the world. It just doesn't. Now, once you hit a certain age, you let go of that attitude and you start to really appreciate other people and what they bring to the table. So, I'm seeing the potential within XLM and its greater ecosystem, and I'm seeing how that can really solve problems. So I said to myself, okay, if it can really solve problems, what this crypto needs is more people owning it who do not believe in the globalist agenda. I said to myself, I can't really walk away from this opportunity, especially seeing all the prices. You can see that the entire ecosystem is very undervalued. And again, nothing I say here is financial advice. It's speculation, opinion, and conjecture. So, with that little reminder, let's continue. Okay, thank you, little old lady. Appreciate you. Now, to tie this up in a bit of a bow, hopefully, you can't walk away from this opportunity. But if you're not a globalist, which is essentially a fascist running a communist system, really, and applying it on a global scale, if you're not like that, which I'm not, I believe in individual freedom and responsibility. As I said many times on this channel, I'm a libertarian. I believe in having your freedom, just being responsible with it. Don't hurt anybody. Now, that being said, I said I cannot walk away from this opportunity, but also I said, I got to own some. I got to let the little family walk away there. But I can't be, too pig-headed and not buy into it. Because if I'm a pig-head about owning these things, saying, I can't own it because of globalist agenda, then I'm just as hard-headed as someone who does believe in the globalist agenda. So, today, I bought back into XLM. I bought more Stronghold. Even though I don't see the reason it exists, I'm sure it's got something to do with AI. So I didn't buy it, put like a ton of money into it. No. I mean, it was a lot of overtime money that I put into it, because that's why I work overtime. That's my investment capital. So I did a capital acquisition of Stellar and Stronghold. I'm going to sit here and be rah for the XLM ecosystem, but I also did not buy a ton of it. I have a presence within the ecosystem because I see its potential. I would have bought more, but I'm thoroughly disgusted with having an agenda shoved down my throat. And how should I say this? As I've said before on this channel, you can't help how you're born, like your circumstances, your anything of how you're born, but you can help what you do with it. That's important. So I know about the rumors regarding Jeb, the founder. I know about him. I'm not going to repeat them. But I use them as something for me to be wary of, because I am not a globalist. But I do respect what he's done with co-founding XRP and Stellar. I think that's great. So, that being said, I hope I was respectful enough, because I truly believe, don't judge someone by the circumstances of their birth. Just try to avoid judging people, but if you're going to judge them by the circumstances of how they live their life. Alrighty. So I'm going to wrap this up there. Please comment down below. Again, let's all be respectful to each other. We're a community here. If you disagree, that's cool. If you're going to be like that other virtue signaler, I'm not following you because of whatever. Dude, you're not that important. I'm not that important. You're not that important. Let's all be courteous to each other and appreciative. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you like videos like this, an honest discussion, please click the like button. And sorry, ladies and gentlemen, see how good I'm behaving lately? If you like videos like this, click the like button. And please comment down below. Please share amongst your friends. You know, the algorithm likes that. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And remember, stick it to the man. All right. Stick it to the man, but not to each other. All right. Let's see. Should we have an N-word for the day? As I'm going to see my my friend Crypto Curious Carl. That's a great idea. This is driving me crazy. If you watch this video to the end, please type into the bottom. Please type into the comments. Carl, that's Carl with a C. Buy some crypto. And then we'll all know you watched it to the end. And I'll make sure to share this with that. That'll be great. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.